Hi everybody, I am making this video today to talk about the COVID vaccines. Um the reason why I'm wanting to make this video is because I've seen so many commercials you know to basically have people get their vaccine, just so that the coronavirus um can go away. um but how I look at it, there are people out there in the world that may be allergic to certain ingredients in the vaccine, or in the vaccines, because I know there's multiple vaccines. Some may have one dose, some may have two or more doses of vaccine. Just depending on which vaccine you get. And the reason why I won't get it is because of all the horror stories that I have seen or read on social media and even on TV, because I've even seen stories on TV where people um have had died from the vaccine, or just had really bad reactions to the vaccine. And I'm like I know with other vaccines, for other stuff, you know there is that chance of something happening to you. But at least with the other vaccines that are out there, for chickenpox or polio, or or other vaccines like that, that have been around for years. At least with those kind of vaccines, for like I said, for polio, chickenpox, and other things that you normally would get shots for. At least those vaccines have been out for years, or have been out for a long time, compared to the COVID vaccines. Um, so that's why I personally would not get the vaccine myself, because of it. And plus I have health issues. So that's why I won't get it, because I don't want to have to go through all this crap, um especially with having health issues. I know everybody has their opinions about the vaccine. Because my attitude is, um you know like everybody, like I said, everybody has their own opinions about the vaccines. And my attitude is, I'm just going to continue to wear my mask, even though I know, um even though that people can still get COVID even with wearing a mask. And I try to stay away from people as much as possible. Like try to keep my distance from everybody. I try to stay home as much as possible. I try to not go outside. Only to get my mail. That's pretty much all I really do. The only time I really go to the store or to the doctors or out in public is when I necessarily, or when I really need to get out. So basically, I'm just curious what everybody's opinions are about the whole vaccines, um for the COVID vaccines, because I know there, like I said, there are several vaccines out there. um so I'm just curious what everybody thinks about, or what their opinions are um with or the COVID vaccines. And then I had this one lady ask me, because I was at a call with a lady, because there's this program that I could get on, but I had to go through all this, like to see if I was eligible or whatever. And she was asking me questions, like if I'm vaccinated, I'm like, no. And she's like, why? And I'm like, well, first of all, I have asthma. So like, like that, just concerns me, like not knowing like how like any of the vaccines would react with me having asthma, or whatever. Because, I had said, that, like, um, that I wouldn't, or because she had asked, like, if I would get vaccinated. I'm like, no. And then she's like, why? I'm like, well, because I've heard, like, too many horror stories about the vaccines, so that's why, like, I won't get it or whatever. Because I've even heard, like, stories about, like with females, um, that, like, females can have, um, like, fertility issues. And, like, that's another concern even for me. Like, if I want to have kids or more kids, and I get the shot, I may not be able to, or whatever, because this program that I'm talking about is, to, for people, like, with, like, that are suffering from, like, mental health. um, there are several programs that you can, like, look into, you know, to, um, like, look into, like, if you have, like, mental health or, like mental illnesses or whatever. So I guess, like, if you, but that's a whole nother story, I guess. You know, um, you know, so basically, like I said, I'm just curious, like, what everybody else's opinions are, like, when it comes to the COVID vaccines, like, if you guys are gonna get it, like, get the shot or the vaccines, and then also, like, what kind of, like, annoys me, is, like, um, like, how, um, like, the people that are in charge of, like, making the decision of, like, the no more masks or whatever, like, because I've seen, like, a lot of places, throughout the state, like the state that I live in, or even throughout the states, um, you know, like, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear, like, that you don't have to wear a mask anymore, unless if it's, like, in a bigger group setting. um so, and, like, that kind of, like, bothers me, because, like, regardless if you're fully vaccinated, you should still, like, wear a mask anyways. And I do have, like, another video, like, to talking about, like, the whole, like, mask wearing, for COVID, like, how I feel about, like, the whole COVID thing, but I'm gonna say that again in this video, is, like, um is, like, everybody should, like, wear a mask, and wear it properly regardless, because, um because I am so sick and tired of seeing people, like, not wearing, like, their mask the proper way properly, because I always see people, like, wearing a mask that would only cover their mouth, when it should be covering their mouth and nose. And, like, I am so tired of hearing people say, oh, I have, like, respiratory issues, so I can't wear the mask over my nose as well. Like, I can only cover my mouth because I have respiratory issues. Or they go and say, oh, I can't wear a mask at all because I have, like, respiratory issues, because, they are going off of what, like, all these flyers are saying, like, at like restaurants or stores, you know, that if you have like a respiratory issues, that you don't have to wear a mask. But yet, um, you know, like you can easily go and talk to your doctor, and ask them like if you have to wear like a mask or not, because I was specifically told that because I have asthma that I should wear a mask regardless, and that I should be covering my nose and mouth, you know, so, and that's what I've been doing, um, you know, so for people to go and say that they cannot wear a mask is total BS. um you know, and I've gotten into like fights, or not necessarily like fights, but like I've gotten into like disagreements like on Facebook, you know, because you know, like you know, like people go and say, oh, that like when they go out they can't wear a mask, or that they don't have to because of these flyers, you know, and I go and tell them, you know, I'm like, no, that's not how that works. And I would know because I just talked to my doctor, and or even like the nurses doctor, or like the doctor's nurses, and like these medical professionals will go and tell you like if you have like asthma, COPD, or like other respiratory issues, that you should wear a mask, you know, because that is what I was personally told by my nurse's doctor, or by like my nurses, or by the nurses and the doctors, for like where I go, and that's what I was trying to explain to these people like through Facebook. But obviously they didn't want to listen. So I was like, well, you can personally call your doctor and ask, because I'm giving you the correct information by what I was told per medical professional, you know, from like the medical professionals. But anyways, that wasn't necessarily like the point of this video. But I just wanted to add that in to this video. But yeah, like every time, like, whenever I make videos about like COVID, you know, that will be added in somewhere in the video, I guess. So thanks for watching. Bye.